and welcome to this special edition of CPSB-TV at College Street Vocational Center.
Today we'll be taking you on a campus tour to show you every class offered here.
When I first started taking classes on this campus, I had no idea about the different opportunities this school offers.
I can definitely relate. Now that we're 2 years into taking classes here, we can both say there's something for everyone.
So let's take you on this tour that just might connect you with your future today.
Let's kick it off in G Building, where you'll discover the magic made in video production.
There's also digital media, drones, medical classes, and jobs for America's graduates.
Let's meet some of the instructors and some of their top-notch students.
So in video production, students are going to learn all aspects of the television production industry and film industry. It really is a class that's expanded for students that aren't just necessarily interested in broadcast journalism and working in a TV newsroom, but also opportunities in TV series and short film production. Students are going to get their hands on cameras and amazing editing software very quickly. They have access to a fully stocked control room, a classroom studio. We also have a psych wall green screen set. We have a sitcom space that's in development right now. Students will get to do hands-on learning every single day in this class.
I definitely think that the skills that I've learned in this class is going to greatly benefit me in the future. We're able to get certified in a professional editing program. We're able to get our hands on professional grade equipment. Just a lot of stuff to give us kind of a leg up in the industry compared to somebody that has had no experience prior.
This class is really motivating and really fun because you can learn a whole bunch of stuff about filming. Going out and doing films and just meeting new people is so much fun.
One of my favorite things about teaching this class is that it is relevant whether a student wants to use video production professionally or just for fun. We're creating today's innovators and creators, and certainly into the future, it's something that they can make a career out of or just do for fun.
See you next time.
We introduce the software and how to use the software, and for most of them, they have never used this before. So it is new learning. We have project-based stuff where I fix things that I try to see or that they might see out in the advertising world, in the game world, or anything else like that.
My favorite project that we've done in this class is a more recent project that we've done. It is a stop-motion project. I brought a little 3D printed dragon and an egg in here. I had it jumping over obstacles, and then we put that all into Animate, and we just made it all move around and stuff, and it was so cool.
Digital Media 1 students will learn Adobe Photoshop in the fall, and they'll also learn HTML programming and Dreamweaver in the spring. Digital Media 2 children will learn Adobe InDesign, which is e-publishing software, in the fall, and then in the spring they will learn Adobe Animate.
I decided to take this class because simply it'll help me in my endeavor to start my own business. My business mainly consists of a lot of website building and also a lot of design, so that's why I took this class.
Any place that you're going to work today needs some type of multimedia development where they have branding, they change the way they look, their logos, their anything else that they're going to do for that, and this is courses that they would use to design those things.
This class is about learning the rules and regulations that it takes to obtain the certification by the FAA. It's called the Part 107 Commercial Flight License. I'm trying to teach them that drones are becoming more and more prevalent in our society, and there's a whole bunch of opportunities for them after they get their certification from this class. So they'll obtain the Part 107 FAA Commercial Flight License to where they can fly a unmanned aerial vehicle by themselves and start a career out of it.
I picked this class because it seemed interesting and fun and something new. I've learned aeronautical charts, how to read them, drone maintenance, pre-flight and post-flight checks, the mental conditions, what to look for when someone's flying or before they fly.
Jobs and careers that can be pursued after this class would be the military, they use for observation, agriculture, land surveying, realty. They survey houses, interior, exterior. We actually used them over the inspections for roofs after the hurricane, so tons of career opportunities with drones.
After high school, I plan to use this class to score a job. They have pre-flight and post-flight check jobs.
I'm going to go in the military and hopefully use the skills I learned here to carry over there.
In the EMT class, we learn how to provide basic medical care to citizens that might be hurt. Students will learn how to work on an ambulance and respond appropriately in stressful situations so that whenever members of the public call 911 for an ambulance, our students will be trained on how to show up and provide medical support. The majority of the time is spent here in the lab where students get hands-on with the mannequins and they perform the skills on the mannequins in the back of an ambulance that actually moves like it's going down the road so that they can see what it's like to perform these skills in a real-life scenario. In this class, you will earn a CPR certification, a Stop the Bleed certification, an EMR, which is an Emergency Medical Responder certification, and an EMT Basic, which is an Emergency Medical Technician Basic certification.
I've learned how to stop bleeding and how to splint like broken bones, and certifications I've got is also Stop the Bleed and CPR, which I found really helpful. What I professionally want to do after school is be a flight paramedic, because I find like that's more interesting and fun to do.
This can set a student up for a multitude of different careers. The most obvious is to continue in the emergency medical services field and get your paramedic, but you could also go further than that. If you wanted to go into a hospital setting, you could go get your registered nurse. I've even had students say that their eventual goal is to become doctors at the end of it.
Here, X across. Sports medicine and allied health is actually a combination course which students can learn a lot about sports injuries but also about allied health professions, and we do a lot of hands-on with CPR, first aid, emergency medicine management, and therapeutic interventions and rehabilitation. We learn about anatomy, taping and bandaging, and a host of other things.
I picked this class because I've always been interested in the human body and finding out how we work. My favorite part of this class is helping people and learning how to treat injuries. I've always wanted to own my own gym because I really like helping people better themselves and to make them better than what they thought was achievable.
Students can earn the CPR credential through this class, but in order to get a higher credential at this time, they would need a college degree. Careers that a student could be set up for is certified athletic trainer, physical therapist, occupational therapist, or even some other allied health professions such as nursing and many, many more.
We've been learning about the joints and the muscles and the anatomy in this class, and I find that treating those, it's really interesting.
I like watching the light go on when the student really learns a new concept and they see it happen. You can watch it in real time. I really like that part of the job.
JAG is a career readiness class, and it stands for Jobs for America's Graduates. In this class, we learn how to make resumes, cover letters, and I prepare the students for the real world.
So we have finished the 3 lessons in the short.
A lot of students graduate and have no idea how to do a resume, how to do a cover letter, or even a reference sheet. So if I can be of assistance to them to help them get a job, that would be perfect. This class also prepares students for the future by when they graduate, they go into a follow-up phase. So the follow-up phase is I follow them for 12 months, making sure that they are successful in the world. If they want to get a job and they can't find one, it is my duty to help them. Also, if they want to enroll into a college, I can help with that also.
I was put in this class because I didn't have a first hour. However, I'm really glad they put me in this class because this class taught me a lot of things that otherwise I wouldn't have known. This class comes in really helpful when I'm at work, when I'm talking to my managers, all this different type of stuff. This class can help me by when I get to my career, it can help me understand my career more, understand why I'm doing the career, and how the career affects those around me, and how I can affect those in the career that are around me.
So slide 1, the unique name of the business. Slide 2 will be the logo.
I really believe this is a good class because it just teaches you a lot about having a job, and more or less it teaches you that it's not just a job, it teaches you that it's a thing for life.
This campus is where hands-on learning happens every day. The skills that we learn help us plug into jobs in school and after graduation. Let's go inside of Carpentry and Pipefitting to see how they get down.
This class is about building and learning how to use tools and learning how to use those tools to cut wood and to build things out of wood. The education or the teaching part of this class involves a lot of hands-on experience. Learning how to use the tools, learning how to be safe with the tools, using the knowledge that you learn from the tools to correctly and accurately build small projects.
I decided to take this class because it was a usual break for what I was doing, like sitting in the classroom, and I wanted to use my hands to learn something new. In this class I've learned how to read a tape measure, how to use various tools. I'll be able to take what I've learned in this class, use it professionally for like woodworking, cabinet building, framing houses, or starting my own small business.
The certifications that the students can learn from this class or get from this class are level 1 and level 2 through the CITF, which is the Carpenters International Training Fund. When a student does complete this class, level 1 and level 2, they have the option to go directly into the workforce, or they can go to a community college, they can do an apprenticeship program. My favorite thing about teaching this class is seeing the students get enjoyment out of working on their projects, to be able to use their hands, to be able to use the tools, to talk with one another, to be able to create something that they never thought they could do using the tools and the wood.
This class is about getting kids ready for their future in the plants. Fitting pipe, laying out metal, building stuff. They learn how to use cutting torches, power tools, woodworking tools, any kind of hand tool.
I took this class because it's a really good skill to know. It is a very important trade, and it's always going to be around. It's a very well-paying job, and it's just, especially around this area.
It's hands-on and a lot of book work. They got to do the book work to get their certificate. NCCR. They'll get a pipe fitting level 1 certificate, and they'll get a course certificate. Well, when they get out of this class, they'll be able to go out to the workforce and go to work, and they'll use it around their houses or whatever, everyday life.
The favorite part about this class is just the hands-on, coming out here and being able to actually do what we're taught. There's a difference between learning and then having the know-how to do it. This knowledge is not just for if you want to be in pipe fitting. This knowledge is for any trade that's going to be in the workforce. It's all around amazing knowledge.
Our instructors here come from trades they are now teaching. Let's meet a teacher who pulls double duty teaching HVAC and electrical.
When they come to this HVAC course, they're going to learn about the tools that we use in the trade. They get a certification for completing this course. It's a 2-year course. If they complete it, pass all of the module tests, then they will get a certification. Now, to continue on beyond this part of high school in this class, they go to Sewella. They offer air conditioning course, and they can take a test at the end of that course to get a license. They're going to learn about all the components of an air conditioning system and how they operate.
I decided to take this class because I had a lot of potential. My parents always told me get into either HVAC or outboard motors because that's a lot of stuff around here that you could work on. Got into it and working at everything, fixing everything.
There is classroom work, and then they have performances where they come out in the shop and actually hands-on. I'm trying to help this generation to learn about all these different positions, you know, they can go in if they want to just work in like new installation or if they want to go in troubleshooting.
If I was to tell another student how to be successful in this class, I would say be patient and think about what you're doing, and also just learn as much as you can and really study the books.
There is a big need for HVAC. Down here in the South, we're not going to do away with air conditioning. We need techs pretty bad.
I think I'll be able to find a job pretty easily because I feel like I know more than most other people, so I'll be more applicant to get a job.
In electrical class, we learn about electricity, how it's made, where it comes from, and why we need it. We have a book we go by, which is Electrical Level 1. We do some hands-on also, besides the book work. We go back and forth because they have modules in the book, and at the end of each one, there's a performance, so we get to do hands-on in the shop.
I picked this class because a lot of my family members were in it and they said it was a good trade to learn and do during my life. My favorite part of the class so far is the hands-on learning we get to do. I've learned what to do with power tools, the safety of hand tools, and how to wire up a circuit board.
We come out here in the shop and we learn about how to wire up circuits, receptacles. We learn how to wire lights up. We move on to other ones. We learn how to bend pipe. If they complete this course, they'll get electrical level 1 credential. If they get this electrical 1 credential, they can move on, and when they graduate, they can go to Sewella. There's 4 levels to electrical, so they complete 1 here. You can go on and go to level 2. Right now, helper-wise electrical, a student would not have a problem getting a job as a helper. There's a big demand in this area. I come up through the electrical field. My dad was an electrician, and then I was too, and then this is what I like to do, hoping to help young people learn about it. Even if they don't go and do this for a living electrical trade, it's your home and residence. You can learn how to fix your own stuff and not have to hire no one.
Let's spark your interest in a few other classes where you can't be afraid to get your hands dirty.
We've got Welding 1 and 2, one of our most popular programs, and we'll be popping the hood in the auto shop to check out what they're learning.
Plus, we'll be stopping by outdoor power equipment where students will be working on small engines in a big shop.
In welding class, we teach the students to be prepared and what they're going to be expecting in the refineries out in the plants. So everything from soft skills, being on time, responsibilities, cleanup, also with all the welding aspects of learning how to strike an arc, how to cut and weld metal.
I wanted to take welding because it was much easier for me and it would be a great opportunity to get into my university, Sewella. We learned the basics of what everything is, with tools, what safety measures for what we actually learned into the plant, but also we learned the basics of welding with stick. Right now, this is beginner welding, so we're doing stick welding to advance ourselves to more harder and difficult welding.
A lot of it is out of the book, out of the NCCR book to get certified, but there's no substitute for learning to weld without hands-on. This class offers NCCER, which is a accredited certification which is known throughout the whole entire United States.
Once I graduate high school, I'm gonna see if I can work in the plant, get my experience up even more, and help me understand the actual basics.
And so if you're a hands-on learner, then welding is a good trade for you.
So what we teach is NCCR welding. It's a production-based welding program. So what we're designed to do here is teach students how to go out into our field here locally, produce production welds, meaning X-ray quality welds. So that's what we're working towards. We focus on being safe in the job site area or in our shop area. Once they've gotten that down, we start with the basics of welding. Once we move into a second year program, it's more of a student-led class at that point. The students are self-correcting for the most part and taught how to properly read a weld so they know how to correct at that point.
I take welding because I knew family members and family friends that chose a career in welding and they do very well for themselves. I've learned metallurgy, which is like the study of metal and how metals react to certain things, how to weld, how to inspect, and how to prep metal to make good welds. Take it serious. This isn't a class to like mess around in. It's kind of dangerous messing with flames and sparks and electricity and stuff, so just, you have to be safe.
You can earn an NCCER helper certification, or if you are able to, a level 1 certification, which is quite a bit more difficult than the helper certification.
After this class, I plan to go to ABC, which is like a welding college, basically, and then go from there, wherever I can make the most money.
Auto tech class is to help the students get ready for a career in automotive repair. Not only automotive repair, but anything to do with transportation. Our first year students, we teach them steering and suspensions, how to change different components, also how to do alignments, and that's where we're at right now. Later in the year, they'll learn about brakes. Second year students get electrical and engine performance.
I took this class because I've always been interested in cars and working on them.
My favorite part is the hands-on part, where I get to go hands-on and do it manually.
I decided to take this class because I want some experience working on cars. I really love cars, it's my passion. Obviously not in an idolatrous way, but I just like working on cars.
Class is kind of unique. Our curriculum is online, so the students have access 24/7 anywhere there's internet. We try and get them to do their background learning about the different components on the car, and then we can spend more time in the shop. After the students are familiar with how the parts work together, then we let them come out in the shop and they actually get to work on the cars. I encourage my students to go on to be auto technicians. It's a great field.
This class was created to fill a gap in the industry. Qualified technicians have been coming out of vocational schools. Today we actually have a side-by-side in here that we're going to be doing an oil change on for one of our students. This is a very hands-on class. As some of my students will tell you, at some points it's a very dirty class, but it's a very fun class. We have a lot of hands-on instruction. We try to do real-world experiences because it will show that they have more knowledge than, say, the average person.
I picked this class because I feel like the one thing that will stay constant is everything to do with a small engine, and just working with my hands will truly build my capability of working on small engines. I would like to go into a shop and furthermore my experience and learn more than I already do know now. So going into a shop and working on other small engines such as four-wheelers, weed eaters, lawnmowers, side-by-sides, obviously, that would be able to help me in the future. So I would like to do that going forward.
The industry certification that my students hopefully achieve at the end of their time with me is through EETC, which is the Equipment and Engine Technical Council. They will go and learn a specialized, whether that is off-road vehicles, boat motors, and things such as that. They will study under somebody that has done it before, and potentially they could end up opening their own shop.
If you like to cook or create, there are two classes that are both art in their own way.
Man, look, if you know me, you know I love to eat. It's time to look into one of my favorite classes on campus, and that's ProStart. But that's not it. For all my creative minds, you know we offer commercial arts for y'all. And look, I always need a shirt to wear.
The ProStart class is about all the positions and job duties that's associated with a commercial kitchen. Students learn the financial aspects of a commercial kitchen. They learn to make a profit out of preparing food. They also learn customer service. They'll learn cooking methods, cooking techniques, and how to get along in a running commercial kitchen.
I decided to take this class because I wanted to pursue a culinary degree. My favorite part is coming into the kitchen and getting hands-on experience.
There's many credentials you'll learn in this class. First credential is ProStart 1. They also have ServSafe certification and the ProStart 2 certification that they get second year. If they complete all three certifications, they get a National Restaurant Association Certificate of Achievement.
I have learned about how to manage a restaurant and the financial parts about it. I will be able to use this knowledge for if I wanted to run my own place, I would know the basics about it.
I mean, you're not going to get out of here and be a chef, but they can get out of here and work towards being a professional chef in the future. It's a good foundation to where when they go in and start a job somewhere, they have a little knowledge to where their employer's not going to sit there and have to hold their hand. They just ask them to do something, they're going to know something about it.
So in commercial art, we're really bringing graphic designs to life. We're going to make t-shirts, some die-cut stickers. We'll even break out the laser beam and engrave the sides of some things. It's very project-based. I'm going to introduce a few skills and concepts. We'll do a little bit of design on the computer, and then we're going to come back to the lab to make everything work.
I decided to take this class because I really enjoy making my own artwork and let my creativity come to life, and also seeing what other people can also create.
So in Commercial Art 1, we focus on the Adobe Illustrator certification. If you come back for 2 and 3, we do Photoshop and InDesign, and those will get their own credentials as well as an advanced visual design credential for your Jumpstart pathway.
I have learned how to make various designs on Adobe Illustrator. I've also learned how to make a cereal box, which I also enjoyed. I also learned how to do a mock-up photos of t-shirts for this class and also other schools.
All right, so once you graduate here, you can specialize further by going to Sewella or McNeese to build your portfolio and your professional network. You could also just take it as a hobby, maybe start up a shop on something like Etsy. At the very least though, you'll leave knowing how to deal with the professional artists in your life no matter what career you'll end up in.
I want to be a botanist to help out with the community and stuff. I could create, posters advocating for like plant life or like what you could do to help, the world a better place.
Let's round things up with business, math, and financial literacy and some of our other core academic classes.
Well, this is Building Enough, where we learn the more practical subjects in a more traditional classroom setting.
We also have business English and technical writing, classes that prepare you for your future.
All right, so bell work for today. We're trying to figure out.
In business math, we work on solving problems that relate to real life. A lot of my kids are going to go into the business field, and this class will provide them with the necessary skills to be successful. Students are going to use this math in everyday life. It's not something that they're just taking to pass a test. They're going to use money, they're going to use percentages and decimals throughout their life, and this class is going to focus on the skills that they need to be able to master those skills and be successful. I chose to teach business math because I really enjoy teaching math. Math is fun to me, and I'll try my best to make it fun for my students. And to me, it's easy to make math engaging because you can always add in some activities or some projects that the students can benefit by completing.
How I will be able to use the information I learned in this class in the future is by using it in everyday events, like if I need to study something for college, as an ENT, I need to calculate oxygen levels, pulses, HR, all that fun stuff. I can use it almost every day.
What I love most about teaching high school students is developing relationships with the kids and trying to guide them on their path to be successful. My personal goal is that the students develop a better understanding of performing operations to solve real-world problems.
This class is about preparing students for their financial future through looking at checking accounts, savings accounts, insurance, health insurance, tax deductions, and better preparing them for their future. This class can help them prepare for their future by making them more financially secure, and learning how to save money now versus once they get out in the real world and start having bills and families.
This class can benefit me in my future by helping me manage my money and taxes and how to write checks.
This class is important for students to take because everyone will have a job, everyone will have all of those deductions, everyone will at some point rent, own a home, purchase a car, and the better that they can make good decisions now, it will set them up for success in the future.
I think it's important for children our age to learn about money management because it helps them manage their money better and set them up for retirement.
I feel that Louisiana legislatures made the decision to make financial literacy a requirement for TOPS and TOPS Tech students is because they recognized how valuable this class is to our future. And the high school students are our future consumers. And I feel if we give them the tools now, they will be more successful in the future, which will make a huge impact on our economy here.
This class is about learning writing, reading, listening, and speaking skills that are used in a business setting. This is all about communication, so just about any job that a student goes into, they're going to need to know how to speak well, they're going to have to be able to write well, and they're going to have to be able to listen well. So these are skills that are transferable to any job.
In business English, I've learned communication skills, I've learned writing, different business terms that I can use later in life.
I engage students by creating reading guides and PowerPoints for general information and then hands-on activities on business topics. They also learn vocabulary that is very specific to business English, and then a few marketing concepts. This class is really all about communication, and communication is the #1 job skill that business people are looking for. Whenever you look at surveys, they said that they're looking for communication skills. Students will practice communication skills throughout this year, and this will help to prepare them.
When I graduate, I'm going to be an electrician, and I can use these skills in the workforce to be successful.
In technical writing, they learn verbal and written communication skills that will help them in the workplace. Students in this class will learn to write resumes, learn to write an effective email, memos, and hone in on those skills that'll help them throughout life. I like to use both hands-on and group activities for students to be able to work together and learn to communicate throughout their assignments.
I decided to take this class because I felt like it was a class to take to help me in the future. I've learned how to make business brochures, resumes, documents online, and stuff like that.
In the CC portion, put each person's email.
My favorite part of this class is how the teacher is very hands-on and helps us with the work. Everything we do will help us in the future in the business world and the classmates and working in groups.
Things that students learn in this class they can use far beyond the classroom. Working on their resumes in here, they can take that and be able to build those skills that they've learned and add to it throughout life.
Our campus is where educational opportunities give a firm ground for students' passion to be discovered and grown.
It's a place I look forward to coming to each day.
It's a place where I can be myself and learn in my own way.
You can learn more about our school on our website or even come check it out for yourself.
We hope you love our tour.
And we hope to see you soon.